Since a lot of you guys had inquired in the past if UK tourist visas can be switched to a UK work visa, I always replied no. But today I'll share some good news as you can switch from a UK tourist visa to a UK temporary worker visa. So the UK offers a number of temporary worker visas to foreign nationals to undertake short-term work assignments like charity visa, religious visa, seasonal worker visa and creative worker visa. I personally feel this temporary visa is really good opportunity for anyone who wants to move to the UK on a temporary basis and later find a way to switch to other visa categories if you want to settle in the UK. So I already have 2 dedicated videos on charity visa, one on seasonal worker visa and one on religious visa. If you have missed those videos, I will link it in the video description. Hello guys, I'm Sarika and welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. My today's agenda is to cover everything about UK's creative worker visa. So if you're interested to know about who can apply this visa, documents needed, what can you do on this visa versus what you cannot do, how much is going to cost you switching of visa, then please make sure to watch the video till the end. Also, I'll cover my bonus tip at the end that you can switch from a tourist visa to this temporary worker visa. So without any further delay, let's get started with today's video. Agenda number 1. What is temporary worker creative worker visa? So as the name suggests, this visa has been designed for individuals who plan to work in the UK as a creative worker. And as the name suggests, it's a temporary visa. So you cannot settle on this visa like any other temporary worker visa. The definition of a creative worker according to the UK Home Office is one who works in the creative industries. Example, actors, dancers, musicians, film crew members, artists, authors, translators, presenters, dancers, choreographers, producers, directors, photographers, audio equipment operators, just to name a few. The creative worker visa has replaced the former temporary worker creative and supporting visa, which was a tier 5 visa. Now, agenda number 2. Who can apply for this visa and what are the eligibility criteria? So there are clear guidelines for who is eligible to apply for this visa. Individuals must be able to demonstrate that number 1, you can make a unique contribution to the UK's labour market. Number 2, you have a certificate of sponsorship from a valid licensed sponsor, which is similar to, say, skill visa or any other visa where only licensed employer can sponsor your visa. Please remember that the certificate of sponsorship is needed for almost all the visa categories as this is a reference number which outlines the nature of your immigration status, your role and the length of your stay. Number 3, you are paid at least the minimum salary set by trade bodies equity like PACT or BECTU. So if you're wondering what is PACT, it's a trade association as Producers Alliance for Cinema and Television. And what is BECTU? So it's Broadcasting, Entertainment, Communications and Theatre Union. Number 4, you have sufficient financial resources to support yourself, which is at least £1,270. You will need to have had the money available for at least 28 days in a row. If you're applying for your dependents, you will need at least £285 for your partner, £315 for one child and £200 for one additional child. Now, you must also obtain 40 points under the UK's new point-based system. So, how to collect 40 points? Number 1, if you are issued a valid certificate of sponsorship from a licensed sponsor, you get 30 points. Number 2, if you can prove that you meet the financial requirement, you will get 10 points. So, that makes your 40 points. Now, agenda number 3, how long can you come for on this visa? So, if you're granted the creative visa, you can come to the UK for up to 12 months to undertake permitted creative work. The visa does not lead directly to the UK settlement as this is a temporary work visa and you need to switch to other visa categories for permanent settlement like skill visa. Agenda number 4, what documents are needed? So the document you need to apply for this visa includes the following like number 1, certificate of sponsorship reference number. This is very important. Number 2, your valid passport or travel document. Number 3, proof of sufficient savings to maintain yourself in the UK. Example, financial statements from your bank or savings account. Number 4, if you're bringing dependents, evidence of your relationship with your partner and children. Number 5, tuberculosis test results wherever applicable. Like if you're coming from India, you will definitely need it. Now, agenda number 5, Can you extend the creative worker visa? Yes, it's possible to extend your visa if you meet the eligibility criteria. So, number one, you must ensure to extend the visa in advance to the expiration of your current visa. Additionally, you must be in the UK while applying to extend. So, if you intend to stay with the same sponsor, you may extend for 12 months. The time listed on your certificate of sponsorship plus 14 days, or the time required to extend your stay to a maximum of 24 months, or whichever event is shorter. Now, if you wish to change sponsor, you may extend for the time on your certificate plus 14 additional days, or the time you need to extend the stay to a total of 12 months. Now, agenda number 6. Can you bring dependents on this visa? Yes, it's possible for you to bring your dependents with you to the UK. Your partner and children may join you by submitting separate applications. A dependent partner or a child can include any of the following, like number 1, your husband, wife, civil partner, or unmarried partner as well. Number 2, your child aged under 18 years old. Number 3, your child aged over 18 years old if they are your dependent. Agenda number 7. How much does this visa cost? So the visa application fee is £259 for the main applicant and any dependents. The cost is the same whether you apply from inside the UK or outside the UK. Also, you will need to pay the healthcare surcharge, which is usually £624 per year. Now, agenda number 8. What you can do on this visa? Number 1, you can study. For some courses, you will need an academic technology approval scheme certificate. Number 2, you can work for your sponsor in the job described in your certificate of sponsorship. Number 3, do a second job in the same sector and at the same level as your main job for up to 20 hours per week. Number 4, do a job on the skilled worker shortage occupation list for up to 20 hours per week. Now, agenda number 9. What you cannot do on this visa. You are not allowed to get public funds and start or run your own business on this visa. So, if you're wondering what are public funds refers to most benefits, tax credits and housing assistance provided by the UK government. These benefits are often given to people on a low income. The following public funds are not available to immigrants in the UK. Number 1, income-based job seekers allowance. Number 2, income support. Number 3, child benefit. Number 4, housing benefit. Number 5, council tax benefit. Number 6, council tax reduction, which is council tax support, to name a few. Now, agenda number 10, how to apply for this visa. To apply for the creative worker route, you can apply online from the UK Home Office website, and I will leave the link below in the video description. But please note that you need a job offer and a certificate of sponsorship before you apply for this visa, which is really, really important. Agenda 11, getting decision on your visa. So you'll usually get a decision on your visa within 3 weeks if you're outside the UK and 8 weeks if you're inside the UK. However, due to Ukraine war, it's taking longer. So please make sure to check the UK government website for latest update. Now it's time for my bonus point. Switching to this visa. So this is the most important part of this video, as I didn't know that you can switch from tourist visa to any visa in the UK. So I was quite surprised reading this on the UK Home Office website. So yes, switching of visa is allowed if all the 3 points which I will discuss is applicable. Number 1, you are currently in the UK on a standard visa or permitted paid engagement. Number 2, you have been undertaking certain eligible activities within the creative sector. And number 3, you received a certificate of sponsorship from your employer prior to arriving in the UK. So all the 3 points should be checked and it's a must. So after you switch, you may stay for a maximum of 12 months in the UK. So if you're excited with this news, do let me know in the comment section. So that's all for today's video, guys, and I hope you found this video useful. If you got any follow-up questions or queries, please do let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching my video till the end, and I'll see you guys soon with my next video. Till then, keep learning.